What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we are watching CallMeARJ. Ultra Vegito joins Goku Black to kill the gods. Ooh, okay. Ultra Vegito and Goku Black team up. Alright, I mean they kind of got the same goal. I mean, one is different from the others. One reason is different from the other, but okay, we're gonna see how they do on this team up, man. I'm kind of excited to see that, see how they do. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and we about to get into it. Let's go.
So our story continues with Vegito looking down on the ground in silence, the spot where he had just erased not only the angel Vados, but also Lord Champa too. 10 years to the day he first got rid of his brother Beerus. As he looks down though, a clear smirk is visible, clearly happy with himself as he thinks, "Fat Beerus, you died as pathetically as you forced my friends and family to. I'd say burn in hell, but you and your angel won't even exist there."
Damn.
And with that said, Ultra Vegito then quickly turns his head and yells out brazenly, "Hey! You two! What the hell do you think you're doing just standing there?" As both Kaba and Kefla watching on then become filled with fear, as Vegito's loud and domineering voice shoots through their very bodies. Kefla, who at this point not only has given her energy along with Kaba to the king, has also lost her arm, says nervously, This might be it for us, Kaba. I've got nothing left in the tank. I couldn't even store him in this state. Before we go, I just wanted to say, I kinda like you." No! But Kaba, meanwhile, completely interrupting the young woman's unknowing confession, instead, in his own fear, mutters back, "No, this can't be the end. At the end of the day, Master's still in there, and so is Goku. He wouldn't kill us, would he?" But Vegito, still looking sternly, then just points his finger and finally lets out to their heart's relief, "Quit peeing your pants and start acting like Saiyans, will you? I came here for the gods, not two brats I only met a handful of times. Instead, you two should probably go get your king over there and leave here for good. Preferably back to Sadala into a recovery chamber. I really don't even know if he has much longer left." As when we look to the status of the king, Vegito was most definitely not lying, as he lays flat on his back, still motionless and unresponsive, with only the faintest of breaths. "Yes, just as that filthy mortal says, you two kids should probably leave. I have business now with this so-called God Killer."
Goku Black, get your bitch ass on.
Leaving everyone left on the battlefield full of shock and surprise, as a truly unfamiliar and foreign voice calls from the unknown.
I'm getting one today. I need a haircut like a motherfucker.
That voice! I feel like I've heard it before. Leaving the now intrigued Vegito to look into the sky in the direction of where the sound of the mystery assailant's voice came from, until finally he begins to make out who it is in the sky. "What? Black? What the hell are you doing here?" Instantly then changing his face to one of pure surprise and disbelief as he finally recognizes exactly who it is. And just like that, as if appearing like a servant being summoned, Goku Black then arrives with a crash right in front of Vegito,
smirking
with a smile and noticeably not a hint of fear, as he lets out face to face with Vegito, "Nice to see you again too, Saiyan. What? Goku? The sight of Goku Black, though, a figure the two Saiyans had never actually seen or heard about in their own universe, is enough to immediately cause confusion among the young Saiyans, as Cabba then wonders, what's going on? I thought Vegeta was a fusion of Master and Goku, but Goku's out here. So who the hell is Vegito? Oi! But before Cabba can wonder anymore, a panicking and angry Kefla just turns to him and yells, Cabba, forget about these nutcases. He's not your master anymore. And for all we know, he might not even have Vegeta in there. Even this Goku over there gives me creepy vibes. They've changed, but we don't have time to be caring about that. You and me need to get Dad out of here now, Cabba. We can't let him die. To which Cabba, understanding the emotion in Kefla's voice towards her father, just agrees, saying, Right, we'll get him now and get out of here. Let's go. Before then, the duo fly off towards their leader. Eventually, their two sets of feet arriving right next to the king, who, as expected, remains unmoving, with Kefla only able to whisper, Father, hang in there. Quickly, the two Universe 6 Saiyans then get the heavy royalty onto their shoulders, as Cabba asks, You got him, Kefla? I can carry him alone if you want. To which Kefla would just adamantly say back, No, I got this. One arm or not, he's my dad, and so he's my problem.
I ain't take the earrings off.
Just like that, the two would fly off into the sky, surrounded in an aura similar to what Broly would use, that seemingly would allow them to travel and survive in space.
Okay.
Of course, though, this would be observed by both Vegito and Goku Black, with Black in particular taking an interest, looking out the corner of his eye and thinking, Seems this universe is infested with those Saiyan roaches too. Before a sinister look comes across the original Godkiller's face as he turns
original
to stare
Godkiller.
at the three Saiyans and lets out,
He ain't wrong.
On second thought, those three filthy Saiyans could prove to be some fine target practice. After all, not like any of them will make it far after what you've done to them, Vegito. This will be a far more humane death for them. Before Goku Black then lifts his arm up, and with his palm firmly facing the Saiyans, just on the cusp of powering up a ball of energy to fire off, he chuckles. Oh, how I've wished to add a Saiyan to my kill list. What?
Yeah, what I'm talking
But
about.
suddenly, as expected, Vegito does not stand for it, and instantly appears, grabbing Black's forearm, and looking at him sternly as he says authoritatively, Well, keep wishing, Black, as that won't be happening anytime soon. Start talking. Why the hell are you here? And how did you survive? Last I saw, Zeno completely removed you from existence. At which point, Goku Black then moves his arm away as Vegito loosens his grip, grumbling, Very well, mortal. I suppose I should save my energy for you.
You're not about to get that off.
Before looking up at
Goku
Vegito
Black.
with a dastardly smile, continuing,
You're not about to get that off.
Seems
my guy.
even if you've opened up your mind to the uselessness of the gods, you still have the simple mortal ideals to protect people you don't need to. Mark my words, that weakness will be your downfall, Vegito. To which an unfazed and emotionless Vegito continues to look and just push. Get on with it. I'm not looking for advice. Tell me what I asked before you die here and now. Hearing this, Goku Black finally then concedes, at first smiling before looking into the palm of his own hand with a distant look, as he begins. To tell you the truth, even I didn't know until recently. On the day that damn Zeno erased Zamasu and myself, I could see the moment we began vanishing. I could see our lives ending. I tried to do what little I could to maybe survive. I absorbed Zamasu's life force and energy straight into my body, giving me the strength of our merged form, hoping that would counter Zeno's power, but it did nothing. Before I knew it, I was gone. But also before I knew it, I woke up once again in the middle of nothingness, pure white. I noticed from afar Zeno was still around. He must have erased the entire universe, but for some reason, I remained. And nothing seemed any different, with even my newly increased powers still intact. The only small difference was that my time ring was slightly damaged. Damaged, but still working. So without Zeno knowing, I quickly escaped to an alternate timeline. And since then, for the last decade, I've been seeking answers as to why I was chosen to live. Entering all different timelines, trying to find the truth. Surely, some god out there, even higher than Zeno, must have had purpose for me. But why? Before, after explaining all this, Goku Black's mannerisms completely change, and he looks to Vegito with a killer look as he spouts out, I don't know, but whoever he is, he has led me to you now. Someone who possesses not only one ring to replace my damaged one, but 3 for me to take.
You don't get that back, Goku Black.
And it's just all the more perfect that this someone is you, Vegito. Now, I can get my revenge 10 years later, and the time rings. But Vegito, hearing this, is just left nothing short of confused, as he inquires, Huh? You need me to get more rings? Do you not remember how you got your ring to begin with? From your dear master Gowasu. All you would have had to do is keep traveling to varying timelines where Gowasu existed and replace the time rings you lost. That was my plan if I ever needed to restock for the final battle. But somehow, despite the surprisingly valid advice from Vegito, a scowl appears across Goku Black's face as he responds instead, Don't talk to me like a fool, you damn mortal. You think I wouldn't try that? If the rumors had spread so far that I could learn of you and my travels, then best believe they have now reached all the other timelines and universes.
Damn, he like
too.
that?
I already tried to go to multiple alternate universes where Gowasu existed, but every single time they had been warned already of your arrival, and moved the box to some unknown location in response. How dumb are you, Saiyan? Surely you must have realized by now how your reputation is preceding you in every universe or timeline.
Damn, he hide the ring.
My reputation?
That's
Vegito,
pretty smart.
hearing this, is immediately left in shock, never having realized something like this could have happened, but then soon remembers actually being told something similar before, as he realizes the other universes and timelines already know of me?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Gogeta tell me that it was Whis who showed him everything I had been doing even before I got there?
Yeah.
So, it must be true! Damn it! As suddenly the God Killer becomes angered and infuriated at his new situation as he yells while slowly increasing his energy uncontrollably. My plan, it's ruined already! If I can't get those damn time rings, those extra lives, I don't know if I'll ever be able to beat those two.
Gonna be tough.
Only one way left now. Without warning, Vegito then breaks out into laughter, looking Black straight in the eye and sinisterly yelling, "If I can't travel back to Gowasu for my time rings, then I'll just need to start with taking yours, Black."
They got one cracking.
Instantly then rushing in at the original God Killer, hell-bent on adding his time ring to his collection. What? Leaving Goku Black to just watch on shocked as Vegito races to end his life. Primitive ape. It won't be as easy as you think. As suddenly, Goku Black opens a time portal right under his legs. And with the power of gravity, he immediately falls, leaving Vegito to miss completely as Black escapes. And as the time portal closes up, there's still mid-air Vegito then can only comment, "What the? He used a time portal to drop down? Interesting. I might need to steal that trick for myself."
Running though.
Here, filthy mortal. But before Vegito can admire anymore, a voice from behind calls out to him that could only be one person. And in the sky, Goku Black then finally appears. In the distance, emerging from a time portal once again, as Vegito watches on from below. Now with a confident look about him, the smiling Kai folds his arms, looking down and saying, "You're quite a bit more excitable these days, aren't you, Vegito? I thought as you mortals got older, the opposite would be the case. But you Saiyans just can't conform, can you? Rushing in at me like a rabid animal.
You scared, nigga.
Gowasu should have let me exterminate your kind millennia ago when we had the chance. The least you could do is wait for me to show you how to truly use these time rings." As Black then slowly lifts his hand and continues, "Yes, the true abilities that only a Kai would know. After all, these were only ever meant for my kind, you treacherous thief.
You talking a lot of shit.
Behold the true abilities of the time rings." As Goku Black then immediately lifts his extended arm into the sky, and behind, instantly, hundreds upon hundreds of time portals all open simultaneously. And as the real Goku Black remains in the middle, inexplicably around him, multiple duplicates of Goku Black himself, complete with the same evil sadistic smirk, all come out of their respective portals as Black yells, "Behold, the power of my time clones, each one just as powerful as the last, a fractionally alternate version of myself, each with the same desire to kill you, Vegito." There's no way! They're even better copies than hits! As Vegito, never even realizing the rings were capable of such feats, stumbles slightly back with his body in white.
Man, this is still a wash though.
While Black, pleased at Vegito's vulnerable reaction, just continues to giggle, saying as he does so, "Never knew you could do this, did you? Damn fool, you're a mortal. You have no right to stain the rings made only for my kind. So it's only natural you will never be able to use them to their true potential. Always remember, these are not meant for filth. These are meant for God!"
Power up then, Goku Black.
Suddenly, As Goku Black yells this, his entire body begins violently powering up. His mouth wide
Make sure y'all
open,
check out the Goku Black story from
indicating
Unreal
just
Gamer.
how loud he's yelling
react to that too.
as black aura rushes all over him. And eventually, as all the aura subsides, Goku Black reveals his new final form. Now with jagged white hair and mastered Ultra Instinct aura,
Boy,
but
hell
also
no.
behind him, the famed halo of his previous merged Zamasu form, confirming to us all that just as Black had said, he had taken the entire strength of the other Zamasu into himself successfully. Before looking down supremely confident and saying ominously, "Surprised? Even the techniques of the angels do not fail to be in my grasp." But you know, the surprises don't end here.
What the fuck?
Leaving Vegito slightly puzzled as he wonders, another surprise? Has he mastered Ultra Ego too? If so, this might be annoying. But in the end, it is not revealed that Black had attained the Ultra form, but instead something far worse, as each of the hundreds of alternate versions of Black also then transform into this new haloed mastered Ultra Instinct appearance.
Alright, that's gonna be a tough
Each
fight.
giggling, "It's time to die, mortal." Vegito, looking up, is slightly impressed, but then comments in a partially sarcastic tone, "Whoa, wasn't expecting this. He looks just like Merge Zamasu did, and he seems to have attained Ultra Instinct too.
How the fuck you get
Now
Ultra
couple
Instinct?
that with the endless supplies of copies, and this
How the fuck
might
did
just
Goku
be
Black get Ultra
fun."
Instinct? Ultra Ego, okay, but Ultra Instinct, that don't even make sense.
Causing Black to instantly grumble in anger at Vegito's petulance, as he says, "Damn, mortal, I
Morty.
see you haven't gained an inch of respect in your old age." Before lifting his
call
arms
you
in
old?
rage and loudening his tone, Black yells, "It's high time I remove that silly little smile off your face, Saiyan. You will pay for what happened to me. Die, Vegito!" As immediately all of
You
the
got yourself
Goku Black
fucked up.
clones rush in like an army on the command of their general, each with blistering speed and the same vicious killer intent to exterminate Goku that Zamasu always had. But as Vegito is
Good
seen with
laughing.
his back to us and a rain of Goku Blacks in the air coming towards him, there doesn't seem to even be a hint of hesitation or fear that comes over him. Countless Ultra Instinct users, and yet Ultra Vegito does not budge
That's a
even
lot.
an inch. And in a shocking act of disrespect and underestimation, Vegito even just powers down to base, laughing as he does so. Poor me. How will I ever survive this? What? Black, noticing this, is immediately triggered, his teeth now bared as he thinks, he dares go back to his base form? Who does he think he
He said
is?
he got to.
Is he mocking me? As meanwhile, Vegito then remains silent and begins spreading his legs to a certain stance as his arm drops down. Before, in iconic fashion, Base Vegito then begins putting his hands together in a familiar position and begins spouting, "Kame! Kame!
Oh shit.
Blasting out the infamous Kamehameha card. A massive beam of energy infused with destruction power that will erase anything and everything it comes into contact with, and fly straight off into the direction of the oncoming Goku Blacks as they move so fast
I love
they
it.
pretty much are unable to stop. As with unprecedented speed and power, the beam strikes one of the Goku Blacks and erases him mid-sentence. But as we look down and see Vegito's Kamehameha still being
And
pushed
base
with
form is
vigor,
crazy.
Vegito's assault had only just begun. As in a surprising move of ingenuity,
Nigga moving.
Vegito then begins
Kamehameha.
shifting his hands, and as a result, the trajectory and beam of the Kamehameha all the way to the right. And in its wake, as Vegito moves it all across, each of the hundreds upon hundreds of Goku Blacks are erased on the spot.
That's crazy.
Like merely wiping away dirt off a window, blood-curdling screams can be heard from miles away as the brutal scene takes place. And eventually, with the speed at which Vegito executed his attack, left up above is just a trail of charred, smoke, and particles of dust.
Okay, Vegito.
As all 1,000 of the Goku Black clones are completely erased, leaving just the one original left to watch in despair.
Yeah, he different.
This can't be real! An illusion! As a shocked Goku Black just remains taken aback in disbelief.
He's
Trembling
different, Goku Black.
as he looks down at Vegito in a sweat and thinks, impossible! Each of those clones should have been stronger than when we last fought 10 years ago, when he was a Super Saiyan Blue. How could he be this much stronger when not even transformed?
Damn.
As within Black's mind, the nightmares of that fated night and Vegito Blue still plague his memories. Still thinking back to our last fight, Black? How cute and sentimental of you.
Cooking Black.
As suddenly Vegito's voice emerges much closer than usual. Huh? As a still confused Black remains silent, wondering why this voice seems to be right next to him until... Right behind Black, with his back turned to him, Vegito appears.
Oh shit.
Having instantly transmission to Black's exact location without the god even realizing it himself. As Vegito then continues, you know, if you're that desperate to rewind the clock and relive old times, you could have just used your time rings. But since you're too dumb to do that, I may as well help you relive it in this timeline. As instantly, Vegito transforms into his Super Saiyan Blue form, just as he did in the original battle long ago, and finally reintroduces Vegito Blue, letting
Vegito Blue.
better now? Feel free to have all that revenge you were talking about a few minutes ago.
I will,
Go
nigga.
on, try it.
You threatening you, Goku Black. You gotta do something.
Vegito Blue!
That nigga
As
taunting
a
me.
shocked Goku Black, mid-turning around, can no longer believe his eyes, as his greatest nightmare returns before him. Instantly forcing him to jump back in fear, as just the
Scary
sight
ass
of the
nigga.
God Killer is enough to send shivers down his spine. But not backing down for a second or caring for the Kai sphere, Vegito rushes in with ridiculous speed that can be barely detected. Get off! As within a flash,
Yes,
Vegito's
sir.
hand wraps right around the throat of Black, gripping it so hard is only on the cusp of snapping his neck. Only a raspy, barely there voice can then say, "Stop, please." Before with the last of his energy, he forces his windpipe to open slightly and yell out, "Stop! I can help you kill the gods!" This outburst of course surprising Vegito for a moment, wondering if the former god killer could be of any use
don't
to
talk it
him.
out. Kill that nigga.
After all, he had successfully removed all 12 gods of destruction
He did.
in his own universe, even if by very different means. As Vegito asks, "How could a weakling like you help me though? I don't desire to kill the Kais. I want to fight. All you're useful for is giving me that time ring of yours." Simultaneously though, as Vegito wonders, his grip slightly loosens. And Goku Black, taking his opportunity, then continues once more, "Believe me, I could make your dream a reality."
What the hell?
And with him now able to talk, Black would then explain, "Listen to me. Think about it, mortal. Our goals align. Everything about us is aligned. I am part of you for Zeno's sake. I'm anatomically Goku. Whatever power you have,
To the god they
with
say
the right
Zeno?
training
That's
and
funny.
enough time, I too could have. Imagine both of us fighting together to kill the Grand Priest and finish
You
all
gonna need him.
these gods off for good.
You might need him.
Know it. You know it makes sense."
I'm just quitting anyway.
And hearing this, for a moment, Vegito actually thinks on Black's words and remains silent for a moment until finally letting out, "He is Goku. He is me. His power, even as is, could be very useful. And I guess at this point, beggars can't be choosers." And so, with a smirk, Vegito then looks to Black and concedes, lifting his hand. "You know what? You're right, Black. You will be far more useful to me on my side than dead.
Oh,
Say what
shit.
you want about the nature of your character, but I know you want the same goal as I do. Congratulations on swaying me." And just like that, within
Not about to be
Vegito's
partners?
hand,
Hell
his
no.
angel staff immediately begins to appear, before solidifying and being grabbed in his palm. Huh? Black, meanwhile, recognizing what the staff is, never seeing this before from Vegito, then comments, "Wait a second, isn't that an angel staff? How is this mortal wielding it and calling it forth? The literature of the Grand Library said that only angels themselves would be able to control and use those." But Vegito, with his own motive, then points his staff to Goku Black's face and lets
Okay.
out, "You know, Black, now that we're on the same side, I can let you know two things about you that always bugged me. One was the fact you always had one earring instead of two. But another was, for someone called Black, you really should have earrings that are more like mine. Here, let me help."
You about to take your earrings off?
Before Vegito's angel staff then fires off on the shocked Black, covering his whole body in an angelic aura. What? And in the end, the result is that Black's earrings turn black now to the angel grade Potara, just like Vegito has and Kefla had too. And most importantly, a
I'm getting
second
sleepy than a
Potara
motherfucker.
earring for the set
only got like a few minutes left. I'm
finally
sorry.
appears. See? Much better. Leading to Vegito to now laugh and send away his staff, having used it for its purpose. And then following this, he then moves his fingers in a come here motion, moving the second Potara away from Black and towards himself. as Goku Black remains still almost stunned in silence as he can't even understand what Vegito was even doing. And before he knew it, the second Angel Potara would then attach to Vegito's ear, leaving the now Black Potara on the God Killer's right ear. What? What are you doing? No! As suddenly a yell of true fear and realization comes to Black's face as finally he figures out what Vegito had planned all along. With Vegito, with the calmest of all smiles, just staring him back in the eye and saying, "Oh, don't be like that, Black. You're going to love being a part of me.
You better suck him up.
I'm sure you'll get on just fine with Goku and Vegeta." Eventually, their two bodies slam into each other by their torsos, just as you would expect from the Potara fusion.
That's crazy.
And in the aftermath, a massive blinding light is seen that shines throughout the universe, until eventually a dark silhouette with standing hair appears from within the light, with a demonic grin, making us wonder what monster could have truly been born from the fusion of God Killers until... There can only be one God Killer in this story, Black! As Vegito finally appears, unchanged in facial appearance, but now with the same halo behind him as Merge Zamasu once had, indicating the true assimilation of all of Black's powers and abilities now into his own. And with a satisfied smile, he looks into his right hand, which now has 4 time rings, once again, instead of 3, after adding Goku's blacks onto his own, before saying, "Sorry, Black, but you already stole my body, so it's only right it was returned to me. Don't worry though, I'll be sure to make use of your abilities and achieve this goal for the both of us." Meanwhile though, in a far-off universe, God of Destruction of Universe 12, Jin, stands patiently waiting in deep thought, only letting out calmly to his angel attendant, Martinu. The time has finally come. The God Killer awaits us.
Like he's strong.
With a sudden change in expression.
Oh.
Awaken him! Awaken Gaiba now!
Chapter. I love that adding Goku Black. Shout out to CallMeARJ for this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting tired. I'm about to go edit and go to sleep. Like, check out the last chapter right here. Check out another video right here. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe again. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.